There is a tragedy I see every single day. I see brilliant, kind, and capable people begging for scraps of attention from people who do not care about them. I see people working themselves to the bone for a boss who doesn't know their name. I see people changing their personality to fit into a friend group that makes them feel small. I see partners trying to explain their value to someone who refuses to understand it. We have a delusion that if we just explain ourselves better, if we just work harder, if we just shine a little brighter, eventually they will see our worth. But they won't. Not because you aren't valuable, but because they don't have the tools to measure your value. There is a story in old parable that explains this perfectly. It is the story of the rusty watch. And if you understand this story, you will never beg for love or respect again. A young man was digging through his attic one afternoon, clearing out old boxes after his father passed away. In the bottom of a dusty trunk, wrapped in an old oilcloth, he found a watch. It didn't look like much. The metal was rusted. The glass face was cracked. The strap was worn leather that was falling apart. It looked like garbage. He took it to his mother and said, "I think I should throw this away. It's heavy, it's broken, and it's ugly." His mother smiled a knowing smile. She said, "Before you throw it away, I want you to do something for me. I want you to take it to the pawn shop on the corner and ask them how much they will give you for it." The young man laughed, but he agreed. He walked to the pawn shop. The owner took the watch, looked at the rust, shook it, and sneered. "It's dead weight," the owner said. "The mechanism is seized. The glass is broken. I'll give you $5 for the scrap metal." The young man returned home. "See, Mom? $5. "It's junk," his mother said. "Okay, now I want you to go to the coffee shop. Show it to the hipsters and the students. Ask them what they think." So he went. He showed the watch to a group of young men. They laughed. "That thing is ancient," one said. "It's not even a smart watch," another said. "Why would you carry that brick around?" They offered to trade him a stale donut for it as a joke. The young man went home, frustrated. "Mom, this is embarrassing. The pawn shop thinks it's scrap. The coffee shop thinks it's a joke. Can I throw it out now?" His mother stood up. She put her hands on his shoulders. "One last stop," she said. "Take it to the curator at the Museum of Antiquities. Just show it to him." The young man sighed and walked to the museum. He found the curator, an old man with thick glasses, and handed him the heavy, rusted watch. The curator gasped. He pulled out a magnifying glass. His hands started to tremble. He looked at the inscription on the back. He looked at the serial number. He looked at the craftsmanship beneath the rust. He looked up at the young man with tears in his eyes. "Where did you get this?" he whispered. "It was my father's," the young man said. "Young man," the curator said, "this is a Breguet No. 160. This is a masterpiece commissioned for a queen over 200 years ago. There are only 3 of these in the world. Even in this condition, this watch is worth $2 million. The young man was stunned. He grabbed the watch and ran home. "Mom," he shouted, "the museum guy said it's worth $2 million. His mother sat him down. "I knew that," she said. "I didn't send you to those places to sell the watch. I sent you to teach you a lesson." She pointed at the watch. "You are that watch." The pawn shop saw scrap metal because they only know how to value cheap things. The coffee shop saw a joke because they only value what is trendy and new. But the curator saw a masterpiece because he understands history, rarity, and true quality. If you go through life trying to prove your worth to pawn shops, you will think you are worth $5. You have to find your museum. This story hits hard because most of us are living in the pawn shop. We surround ourselves with people who do not share our values, and then we are surprised when they don't value us. This is a psychological concept called the reference group. Your self-esteem is not calculated in a vacuum. It is calculated based on the feedback you get from the people closest to you. If you are a deep thinker, but you hang out with people who only care about gossip and appearances, you will feel boring. You will feel too intense. You will feel like something is wrong with you. But the problem isn't you. The problem is that you are a museum piece sitting in a pawn shop. Einstein said, "If you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid." How many of you are fish trying to climb trees? How many of you are trying to impress a partner who lacks the emotional intelligence to understand your depth? How many of you are trying to impress a boss who only cares about speed when your gift is precision? You are holding up your rusted heart, saying, look at the history, look at the value." And they are looking at you and saying, $5. And the tragedy is, you believe them. You take the $5. You internalize their inability to see you as your own lack of worth. So, what is the solution? The solution is the hardest thing you will ever do. You have to stop explaining yourself. When the curator saw the watch, nobody had to explain its value to him. He knew. True value is recognized, not negotiated. If you have to constantly convince someone that you are worthy of respect, they are not the one. If you have to constantly convince a friend to include you, they are not your friend. If you have to constantly prove to your family that your dreams matter, you need to stop sharing your dreams with them. You need to pick up your watch, wrap it in the cloth, and walk out of the pawn shop. You don't need to be angry at the pawnbroker. He isn't evil. He's just ignorant. He deals in scrap metal. He doesn't have the capacity to understand the masterpiece. Leave him to his scrap metal. You have to go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated. And I know what you are thinking, but I haven't found my museum yet. I am lonely. It is better to be alone with your value than to be crowded with people who devalue you. Solitude is the waiting room for the museum. When you are alone, you can polish the rust. You can fix the glass. You can learn to value yourself. And when you finally walk into the room with people who get it, people who speak your language, people who value your heart, it will be effortless. You won't have to beg. You won't have to perform. They will look at you and say, "Wow, where have you been?" I want you to look at your life right now. Identify the pawn shop. Is it your job? Is it a toxic relationship? Is it a group of friends who make you feel small? Acknowledge it and realize that you cannot change the pawnbroker. You can only change your location. You are a masterpiece. You are rare. You have a history. Do not let anyone tell you that you are scrap metal. If this story resonated with you, I want you to make a promise to yourself today. Go to the comments and write, "I am walking out of the pawn shop." Make that commitment. Stop selling yourself for $5. Your value is infinite, but only to those who have the eyes to see it. Subscribe for more clarity. And remember, go where you are celebrated.